Hello, friends. Welcome. Welcome. Sunday afternoon. Once again, it's not late Sunday night like has been past couple of weeks, but I'm very glad that you decided to join us today. Hopefully, we'll get some good stuff done. I regrettably have not been able to get Network Multi-Tool to work. It is installed. It's not showing up in game. I can't figure it out. I spent a long time trying to deal with that, so we're unfortunately not going to be able to enjoy that today. But we still have plenty of other stuff we can do and fun stuff we can get into. Hello, Devilish Fun. Hello, Joski. Hello, Håkan. Hello, Kurt. Hello, everybody. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys. We'll go ahead and dive right in. So we had traffic problems last time. Quite a few of them surrounding this one highway exit, because it's the only way to get into the kind of city center area here. So we need an alternate method of getting in and out of this area. So I think probably want to get this all connected down here. But I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about that. So I don't think we really need to have this whole area entirely built up. So maybe we already have the subway here, and we already have streetcar going up and down this main road. So I was thinking maybe we should continue this road, but instead of having it go completely straight, maybe it meander a little bit, see if there's any other sort of industry we can stick around somewhere. There is trees. There are trees, so we could do another forest area. This one seems to be doing pretty well. I don't think we really need to worry that hard about it. But I do want to try and do something. So we'll see how that goes. Hello from Sweden. Yes, it's late. 2200 hours. Yeah. So, I don't think we'll be going super late tonight. I do have to have dinner at some point, but I did want to try and do an earlier stream, because so many of you guys had to miss it when it was late my time. Kurt, thanks very much. Appreciate you. More money for not getting booted from Beard. I'm not booting you guys from anything. You're all good. Let it follow the contours of the land. Okay, so about that, let's turn on the contours, and I'll show you. There's not really much in the way of contours. So if we did that, it would just kind of go like this, but this isn't even really that much higher. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of putting another small industry area here for the forestry stuff. Maybe having this come around, not with the streetcar, because that's kind of unnecessary. And this is already coming around this way, so we probably don't need to worry about that. I don't know. We'll get it all figured out. This isn't late comparatively. Yeah. I think it's probably, what, about midnight, 11 p.m. your time? So, but at any rate, I digress. We really need to get this connected to something else. And this right here has the tram tracks. So we could, in theory, run a tram here up to somewhere else. Was this going to be... Okay, so this is actually fertile farmland here. So maybe we can have another small farming area. I don't know. We have some different things we can get to. See if we can solve any of this traffic by just giving people somewhere else to go. Sleep is for the weak. I am the weak. Good night. At 4 p.m.? I mean, hey, if you're tired, you're tired. Actually, I don't know what time zone you're currently in, so maybe I could be wrong. So we gotta get more people using this metro station also. And we have these extra tracks that we can send down here. We could send one other one up to the airport if we so desired. That might actually be a smart idea. Maybe bring in this guy, one of these guys, because right now these guys, whoa, jumpy game. They can take the train to the airport. So I don't know if we want to give them a dedicated metro route, but we could extend this one through this station here, and then have it meet up again with our metro line down here. So we'll see if we are able to make that happen. That might be a little bit later. Can we check up on the blimps? The blimps are blimping. They seem to be working just fine. There's tons of people riding them and queuing up, even though it's the slowest possible method of transportation on the face of the earth. It is super clogged, which means we need a secondary method of getting around. Easy way to remember, most of Europe is 2200 right now. UK, Ireland, and Portugal are 2100, and anything east from Poland, Hungary, Serbia is 23. Gotcha. Alright, so let's take this. This is effectively a 6-lane road that has one of the lanes turned into a trolley/tram road. So why don't we just make this into a regular 6-lane road? We also have the option to do these national roads from assets I've downloaded. I've never really used those. Oh yeah, and then there's this nonsense. 72 lanes of freedom, which actually doesn't have any lane striping. It's just a big concrete thing. I think someone just made it for a meme. But anyway, a 6-lane national road would be like a highway in the US, like a state highway, but not a freeway. And it just has a median in the middle. It doesn't have separated with guardrails or anything. So that's an option. I don't think we want to use that. I think what we'll do instead is just use our 6-lane with the decorative trees. I don't think we want to mess with a bus lane. At least not right now. And we'll let the metro and the train handle the rest of that stuff. Let's go ahead and get that connected here. We'll just bring this straight out. Oh, it doesn't even need anarchy. We'll bring this straight out to about here. Now, why is that? Why is that like this? No. Let's, there we go. That's actually too high. Alright, so here we go. Here we go again, me doing dumb stuff with the terraforming right at the start of the episode. I think we can leave that alone. Maybe raise this back up a tiny bit. And then from there on out, I think we'll just use our curved road tool. And then just follow this reasonably nicely around the corner here. We'll see if we can get this to line up. I wish I had network multi-tool. I could not get it to work. I know a couple of you guys were rather insistent on me using it last time, but I was in fact unable to get it to work, unfortunately. So instead, we'll just do one of these numbers and then have this come out maybe like so-ish. Get this up to about 41 units. Yeah, just have it gently follow the contours and then see about connecting it back up to eventually right here with some other kind of road. But we just wanted to get something tied into this little farm area here. Okay, so that's actually looking okay like this. Alright, so now we're in the farm area proper. I think we can probably leave the 6-lane and then just kind of build off of that. Kind of like a through road. That looks kind of, I don't know, kind of messed up, but a little terrain contour interesting. We could also turn into a highway connection right here if we so chose. I haven't destroyed any boulders, have I? Got these guys right here next to it. They seem to be doing just fine. Alright, and then I think we're going to want to just cross over this and then make ourselves another little trumpet interchange over here. So why don't we actually build the interchange first and then come over this way. Maybe do a nice double bridge coming across the waterway here. So this seems like a pretty good flat spot right here. Come on over to our dirt road like we always like to do. And then figure out exactly how we want this to look. Alright, so let's go up to 12 meters. I guess we'll just start right about here. Have this whole thing set up so it's actually tenable. Alright, where's my 6? I'll make I guess a big-ish one. 6 meters on a side. Yes, I know there's a mod that builds roundabouts and stuff. I just like doing it this way. Alright, so that is... Okay, that's kind of wonky with the piers, but we'll get that all fixed. Inverted diamond? No. I do not know how to do that. That would be a colossal disaster. Okay, so we have that set up there. Let's go over... This should be enough space. Go 10 units. I think that should be about the same distance. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing over here. And then it's going to be a little weird, but let's do... I think I could do 7, or is that not close enough? I think I have to do 6. There we go. We'll hit them with that. So this, of course, will be the entrance from this method of travel, and then they can go around. Or they can come around and do the other way. Inverted diamond. I know what it looks like. I don't know how to make it, and I'm not going to waste you guys' time on stream to poke around and figure it out. These other videos I'm trying to do, definitely. But that's because I can sit there for 3 hours and make mistakes and then edit it down to 30 seconds. Extra decorated? Like what? With trees and rocks and stuff? We could possibly do that. I just have to remember how all this stuff goes now. Now, let's see. I want to get this across here. I think that's probably about the limit of what I can do there. Let's go 10 units. Go down to ground level. Okay, then we'll slope all this accordingly when we get there. So now I just have to remember what I actually did here. So this goes this way. Of course, if they want to go this way, they just stay there. If they want to go that way, then they have to... Did I forget how to make this already? I promise that sometimes I'm intelligent. Okay, that's what I was missing. This has to go this way. And there isn't a way to turn around. That is the downside of this entire interchange style. So now I gotta think about this again. They come up here. They really can't go that way. Okay. Well, that's why Cloverleaf exists, but I'm not building one of those from scratch. That's a pain. So this just has to go up and over. Right, okay. Let's make sure this kind of matches up here. We're probably going to have to move these pylons. There we go. We'll move that one there. Can leave that one there, because that's fine. Just a double span over the highway will work. A-okay. Okay, this is going to get moved to about here. I think that should work. All right, and then this needs to be moved down. Can I not click on this? Okay. That's why. And then we'll just have this intersect with the ground as we like to do. Alright. There's that. And then we just have to connect like we normally would. Have this come across here. And then I guess bust in our... Yeah, that looks like a disaster, but it's going to get fixed. Don't worry. We just have to have our slopes correctly, well, sloped. Why in the world is it like this? Who hurt you? Who hurt you to make this like this? I swear to God. All right. So clearly that doesn't work. Why? It really should not be like that, but oh well. We'll just do it manually. It's fine. Well, kind of fine. Seems like that works okay. It is much more exciting to use the slope tool, but when it doesn't work, it's not that exciting. We might be able to clean it up using it, but it doesn't seem to want to get set up using the slope tool. Definitely not. So theoretically, these two should be the same height, if I'm thinking correctly here. And this can come down just a little bit. Okay, this needs to come down a bit more. And this actually could probably come back up a tiny bit. There we go. Alright, that's not looking bad. Pretty smooth, pretty even. And I think we could just take that one all the way down to the ground. Looking good. And then we'll come on this way. Make sure this is actually set to ground level, which it is. And then come out this way. So I think that's going to work. We might have to... It looks good beige. Well, unfortunately, the dirt roads kind of suck. So we're still going to have to upgrade those. I think we'll just use the vanilla highway ramps for this. It doesn't have to be anything crazy complicated. And we are going to have to reconfigure this intersection for sure, because it's kind of a disaster. But we'll get there. Why is this going the wrong way? There we go. Finally facing the correct way. Alright, so our problem here was that nothing was really connected correctly. And this node was not playing nice, shall we say. So if we... Nope, not that one. Select this node. Actually, I should probably just delete this, honestly, and start over. Because it looked kind of suspect. Try doing them in reverse. Well, I don't know if that's going to work. So it wants me to put this in like so, but that's just way too steep. That is way too sharp of a turn to merge at speed onto a highway. So I don't think we're going to be doing that. So instead, we'll move this a little bit more. Then I think can probably get away with moving this a tiny bit. And then grabbing this and giving it a very slight curve. Still not quite right, but we're getting there. Okay, that I think will do for right now. Should be tolerable, at least. And now this is quite poor. But let's force this guy to be... I don't need to be in demolish mode. Let's force this guy to be... where's my... What does this even do? I don't know what that does. Where's my... Oh, I'm still in movement mode. What happened to my... what do you call it? Thing here. Am I just stupid? Did I miss something? There it is. I need to upgrade this guy to ground level. There we go. Now, this should still be the correct height. Looks like it is. Alright. So now this just gets connected. The game always wants to do that, and then always puts it in the wrong orientation. Alright, that's fixed. Alright, so this can now get moved a little bit more. Alright, that's looking kind of decent. Still, realistically, in real life, this would be like a deceleration lane like a quarter of a mile long, but I don't know how to do that in this game, so we're not going to worry about it. I think that is probably about as good as we're going to get right now. So that looks at least halfway decent. This needs to connect properly to the ground and then go from a divided highway into a 6-lane road, which we will accomplish by putting in this guy. And then having this, whatever we have to do to make this intersection work, seems to be kind of the consensus here. So let's see, can I get that to be more or less straight here? Looks like that's going to be fine. And then we're going to have to define how high this bridge is going to be. It probably doesn't need to be because it's not a navigable river. Can't set a speed limit. You can, but most of these highway off-ramps, unless they're just really, really tight curves in urban areas, are almost always just the same speed as the highway, and then you have to slow down before you crash into somebody at the stoplight. Which is admittedly not the best design, but we'll roll with it. So let's put that there. So now this doesn't want to go here. That doesn't look like the worst thing I've ever done, but it's also not the best. So if I have that set like so, and kind of expanded this out the same way, that looks a lot better. It's not perfect, but it does kind of look decent. Alright, so we'll start right now with just a regular old one lane kind of deal. Where's my 45? See if this, if I can get that cleaned up a little bit, that actually will look pretty decent. You want a high arching bridge? I mean, maybe? I don't know. We'll get to the bridge in a second. Alright, where's my 45? Yeah, let's flip this guy back around. Alright, so in the grand scheme of things, this really isn't the ugliest intersection I could have conceived here. We just have to make sure that the traffic flow in this intersection is not complete garbage. So like this guy right here wants to have a lane to do that, which, why would you get off the highway just to get back on? Yeah, this is looking okay. It's not the best one, but it's fine. Left triangle's bigger? No, it's not. Shouldn't be. I guess. Maybe. It could also just be optical illusion from how I have these moved here, because this one has not been quite so wide here. So if I can move this entire road, I think I didn't have it quite straight, but there's also no guideline to go by, so I guess that's a whole thing. If I move this, probably is a little bit better. Alright, let's unselect that. Make this guy just a little bit less. Yeah, for whatever reason, this ends up looking kind of why? Like, why is this the way that it is? Now, if I make this a little longer, then we have to adjust the angles and stuff, but I think this does look a little bit better. Shorter like this. I think the goal here is to try and not have such a crazy a median area here. So if I deselect that, select these two instead, move them up just a touch. We're going to smooth this out, don't worry. Get that to be hello. Please stop doing crazy nonsense. Right, that looks a little better. We'll drag this around. That's looking a lot better. We'll probably adjust this a little bit. Yes, for some reason this is bigger on this side, and I don't really know why. So I must have gotten the angles wrong or something. Yes, that's not the best thing I've ever done. But we'll push this in a tiny bit. It's probably actually this needs to just move a little bit, make this straighter. Except now it doesn't want to be straight. So this is always the fun of freehanding this stuff. It rarely ends up looking perfect. Or at the very least, not exactly the way you want it to look. If we flip these around just a tiny bit, give them a little bit of a curve, that might help disguise some of our crimes here. Actually, that should be going this way, not the other way around. That should be probably like that, which means this needs to be less severe of a curve, or this needs to come out, which is probably what it is. Well, for right now, that's probably good enough. It is what it is. Yep, you were exactly correct. It's functional, and that's what matters. That is the point that I guess we should take away from this. So you want giant boulders, huh? Well, we have a couple of these. What in the hell is this? Oh my god. Look at this thing. That's huge. Okay, that is completely out of place for all of this. This is much more realistic. Except it's still giant. Then you have this huge ugly thing. You got like a little butte here. These are all too big to fit in there. What in the, is that like a donut? What? Alright. These are way too big. If we were in a slightly hillier area, then maybe I could see that. But I think a smaller outcropping, like what we see in other parts of the city, might actually look a little nicer. What? Oh, okay, that one's kind of cool. These guys are right here. So we hit them with one of these numbers. And then maybe a couple of smaller rocks on the outside. Oh, these are tiny. Oh, it's a brush. Oh, look at that. Little baby rocks. Then we can just kind of sprinkle some other ones haphazardly in the way here. Just a whole bunch of rocks. Sorry, so all of you balls enthusiasts, here's your rocks. We just got a bunch of them all over the place here. I don't know what the in-universe lore for this would be, except there's just a bunch of rocks. so there you have that. All right, trees. We need some nice tall... Oh, boreal pines. I like those trees. This probably isn't fitting this area that well. What in the world? Okay, no, this is not Africa. We're not putting those trees in. Generic pine trees. Now, if I go to a lower brush strength and just kind of let's do a very low brush strength and just kind of put some pine trees in. Those don't look too bad. Go even lower and just kind of sprinkle most of this area with some pine trees. Why not? Realistically, the highway median would not have any trees in it. They would have cut those down a long time ago, but I don't think I care to mess with that much. All right, where's our other rocks? just some very occasional rock sprinkles around the area. It's not putting any down, is it? No, it's not. Okay, that's probably not enough brush strength for the rocks. Maybe not at all. Alright, what gives? I'm trying to put rock. There we go. You just can't see them. Look how ridiculous this looks. Look at all these rocks everywhere. Alright. So that is probably too many rocks, if we're being completely honest with each other, but I guess that's fine. Alright, so we have this guy. I'm going to raise the, get out of the thing. Gonna raise this up. Then we need to come up with a bridge. I gotta get rid of some of these rocks. There's so many rocks. That's way too many rocks. Oh, I gotta individually click these? Oh my god. Alright. I'm not gonna sit here and individually unmake a ton of rocks. It's just know that this is way too many rocks. Way too many rocks. This is like an asteroid impact level of why are there so many rocks here? It's just completely ridiculous. Alright, so if we go into our 6-lane road, and then, why is this still... Okay. So if I have this come up... Okay, why in the world is that so low? Okay, no. We gotta fix this. Alright, I need to set to that height. Okay, so that at the very least is staying level. That doesn't look too bad. Devilish Fun, thanks for the 5. Appreciate it, friend. Boulder Activity Location and Lookout Society Balls appreciates your efforts in boulder and boulder-like objects conservation. Oh, you guys are funny. Too much. Can I... Where is my... Why can I never remember how these things are supposed to go? Is that Content Creator Packs, Bridges? Yes. Devilish Fun, message retracted. Okay, well now what did you say that you retracted? As a Balls member, I have to inform you, you were banned from removing any rocks from the area. Alright, well. Fair. We've got 6-lane stone bridges. We've got 3-lane highway viaducts. Boring. Got European 4-lane bridge. European 2-lane bridge. American 6-lane bridge. That's also boring. 4-lane truss bridge. 2-lane truss bridge. I have in the rail thing, I downloaded a bunch of train assets this week. We have an entire new rail network. I don't know if we're going to mess with that in this playthrough or not. But there are some really cool bridges, rail bridges, that I wonder if I can force into making into highway bridges. Let's see. So I've got... I don't even know if it's going to like let me show you this or not. But okay, but that's got train tracks on it, but that's a cool looking like actual bridge that has texture and character to it. Unfortunately, it's all for trains. Let's see. There's a couple other good ones here, like these little archway things. Again, it's trains, so I can't, because I don't have network multi-tool, I'm not going to be able to replace those with highways. I got to figure out why that mod doesn't work, but currently I don't really know why. It's got to be a big arch over the entire thing. Well, if you can find a bridge, why is that doing that? 12 of those bridges with 4 tracks and then 1 bridge with 2 tracks. You know, you guys and your 50-lane stuff. I think if I just have this go all the way across, like it's been going, and except I force a bridge all the way across here, I wonder if it's going to let me pick the other bridge. Because that doesn't look too bad, except these piers would need to be not where they currently are. I want that to be a different kind of bridge, but I don't think it's going to let me I don't think it's going to let me change that to a different kind of bridge. Should be asleep right now, but Insomnia has other plans. Hey, welcome. Although I must give you the disclaimer, please do not sacrifice a healthy sleep schedule to watch me be bad at City Skylines. There are so many better things you could be doing with your life, but I'm glad you're here. Hopefully we can have a fun time regardless. Now, I'm going to make this section right here an embankment, and I think I'm going to be able to get this to look a little bit better. We'll just move this all the way out. This should be the same height. I don't know why. It's not. That should be good. Hoping you'll be so bad at City Skylines that I fall asleep. Well, I mean, maybe. We'll see. I think I fixed the height on that. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is I'm wanting to put in an embankment across this across this entire thing here, which I believe I can do with the slope tool, except I don't remember how to use it. Okay. Click with the secondary mouse button to set slope location, then click with the primary mouse button and to drag to, oh god. Let's see. I'm sure I'm going to do this wrong. From the current height to the desired height. Okay. Secondary slope location. And then... oh, I don't have the tool selected. Duh. Okay. Alright, let's try that. Wow, that actually kind of looks decent. Very, very surprised. Wow. I'm actually impressed. That looks like a normal embankment. Raise it up even higher. It doesn't need to be that high. It doesn't even need to be this high. Well, we'll see what happens. Now, how far out did I go? I went to about here. Okay, so if I go to about here... I don't think I went far enough, but it's probably fine. This side will match. Okay, no, I did not want that. I need to fix this. I can really, really spread this out down on the far end. There we go. That's going to look a little bit better. Just redistribute the sloping here. Alright, so I'm not totally in love with this, but it does work, mostly. 50 meters higher, and no. No, we're not going to be doing that. Not playing that game. What we will do, though, is I will reconnect these and maybe try to get either the American 6-lane bridge or there's a European. I don't know which one. This one has fake stone bridge. Yeah, that's American. Custom colored concrete sidewalks. Cobblestone sidewalks. Most of my City Skylines knowledge comes from Biff and CPP rather than playing myself. Yeah, same. But I can't manage to do what they do, which is upsetting. Why do you fear greatness? I fear dumb-looking stuff. I don't fear greatness. Okay, see, that looks a lot better, and I think we'll go ahead and upgrade... yeah, we'll go ahead and upgrade this to ground level 6-lane road. And just get that to be a nice and smooth transition this way. And that looks pretty good. All right. So now we'll come across the other way here. Give me the European bridge again. And then how far out am I going to have to come to get this to be something that even makes sense? Oh, I did a dumb. Okay. I needed to do that. Hello? I needed to do that instead. Really? You're not going to let me Okay. So what needs to happen here is this and this need to be set to object height there, and I did that incorrectly, didn't I? I have no idea how to use this tool. To object height. And then... no. God. I don't need to adjust the terrain. Because this is going to connect up here. It should be about the same height. Well, regardless. I guess we'll just manually do this because this game hates me. So what I just need to do is make sure that this is set to more or less the same height. It's not a crooked bridge. That is about as straight as you can get, more or less. I think for right now this is fine. Alright, so now I'm going to have the straight road come out there. Okay, that's a bit much. That probably needs to not be... that can stay. But this section right here needs to be the bridge. Which needs to be... there we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, but now that you mentioned that, we probably should raise the terrain here. So we'll do that. We will do that instead. Now, this height right here, where the road currently is, we'll just draw ourselves a... probably needs to raise the height here. We'll just try something like this as a start, and then we'll get that all fixed. So that actually is still pretty low, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll just widen this out a little bit here. And then see what we have to do to get this to be the correct height, which I guess we could sample from here. And then raise all of the... okay, that's actually substantially higher than the surrounding area. So we'll soften this. And then we can readjust... okay, that's not what I wanted to do with that. This needs to be here. So basically this entire spot right here needs to be about that size, and then it needs to slope evenly down. So let's see, can I get that starting about right here? I wonder if it'll let me kind of slope in a different direction here. Yeah, I want to try to make it a little bit rounded. Just a little bit. We'll soften this all out in a little bit here. Just make this a little bit less funky looking. We'll get there. I'm going to put the road in first, though, so we don't completely screw ourselves over here. No, that needs to go to ground level. Right about here, say 15 units. Okay, so then what we'll do, we'll come in with our regular 6-lane road, and we'll just have this start making a little curve here, which I think we can go out to 20. Oh, that's actually almost almost a good-looking curve. I think, is this going to line up nicely like this? Well, I think that'll be fine anyway. Just have that connect like so. Okay, what in the world did I do here? Oh, it's because I have anarchy on. Okay. Well, let's turn that off for just a second. And then just have this connect like so. That looks... yeah, that doesn't look bad. That looks pretty good. We can just smooth out the terrain on the approach up to the bridge. And then I think we can call that a success. Alright, so let's increase our size, decrease our strength, and then just give this a nice contour here. Yeah, see, this is going to be interesting. We're going to have to do quite a bit of sculpting on this side, but I think it's going to end up looking pretty good. We'll just smooth this out. Alright, this doesn't look bad. Yeah, terraforming actually went pretty well this time. Normally it kind of doesn't. So that's always nice to see. It's just kind of a challenging thing to get the hang of. It's not something I'm really that good at, so it's always nice to see when something goes well. What does the right click do for this? Oh, secondary button is strong effect. Alright, well let's try and do this a little bit nicer here. I want this to not have the rocks so much, but I don't know if that's really going to be possible or not. Seems like that is about as good as it's going to... Oh, okay, that looks fine. That does not look bad. And the bridge is straight. Except for when it comes to the highway, then it's like 5 degrees off, which is annoying. And then we have to get this to look a little bit nicer. There we go. This might actually work better as a retaining wall if I could figure out how to do those. But I'm not sure it's going to let me. These are all fences. I thought I'd download... I do have retaining walls. Haha. Alright, this is concrete. That has grass on top. Let's just see real quick if I can get this to... No. Okay, that does not look good at all. Can I get by fences? More retaining walls. Maybe I should try keys out, see if that is going to end up looking any better. Doesn't have to be anything... Oh, they're in here too? Alright, just want a regular seawall. Yeah. Let's see if it'll let me do this. Well, actually, if it's going to let me do this, then maybe I want to just have this whole underside of the bridge set up as a seawall and then backfill with dirt. Oh yeah, on Discord it says Kurt, but on YouTube it has this name in acrylic. Okay, well if this didn't have the archway right here, this would look a whole lot better. So let's see if I can get this to play nice here. And move this whole thing back until it intersects with the little bridge pier. That actually doesn't look bad, except for the, you know, dirt in the way. I don't completely hate that. Let's, Oh, I have to select the nodes, don't I? Alright, get that, and then... There we go. Raise this up. You know, this does not look bad. I don't hate it. I think that is... Okay, now I have this completely off here. Well, at one point this made sense. It was looking slightly nicer. Alright, let's get this other thing. I'm spending way too much time on this thing we're never going to look at. But such is life. That's the way these things go. Let's get this back up. Alright, that is... Oh, this other side is too low. That's what the problem is. I just need to raise this. and then lower the other side. Alright, and then this, I think... Okay, now it really wants to go... It really wants to go wild on me. I just want this to not stick out into the ocean here. Oh, come on. Alright, now you're playing me for a fool. Let's take that down. I think this side can go up a little bit more. No, that's going to push it through. Alright, well. At one point I thought this looked nice, and now it's just kind of... oh, God. Now it's just kind of an abomination. I need to select the segment, not the node. I think... There we go. Let's move that this way. Now, at one point, this actually made sense. I don't know. I don't think I like this. I think we can just kill it. It was an interesting idea that is not going to work because of the way this terrain is set up. So that's too bad. So I will fix this. Except now this is doing that thing again, where the slope is all messed up. So let's... Okay, so now why is it doing that? Stop that. Fix this immediately. There we go. Well, I don't need to spend too much more time on this because it's kind of a big time sink. But now we have another highway connection coming through here to go all the way up to this area. And we probably should also connect these roads up. This is just a regular 6-lane with the streets. Same as this, so let's just extend this. And it's angry at me because of the little on-ramps here. Alright, so then I think go back to our curved road tool, and then we'll just gently intersect this at as close to a 90-degree angle as we can. There we go. Alright, that does not need to be a bridge, so we'll fix that. There we go. Alright. So that is now a functional additional highway exit right there. So we have the one here, we have the one here, and then we have the one down here. This one also needs to be hooked up to something because look at this traffic. That is nutso. We're not playing that game. So these guys are all trying to get off here to go into this area. I don't hate bridges, I just don't want stuff that looks dumb. This is decent, although I think I'd rather have the metalwork above the bridges. I just don't have assets for that. And I don't want to make it a giant suspension bridge because well, also that looks ugly because the heights are weird. That's functional, at least. I have so many blimps. Are you kidding me? I have over 100 blimps. Way too many blimps. Yeah, so this is... Oh, God. It's like all these people are trying to get to dumb spots, and they keep driving in the friggin' bus lane. Like, look at this mess. The vehicles are expanding out. Like, these stupid private vehicles driving in the bus lane are what's causing all this traffic. Because then everything just backs up. They should not be able to get in here. I don't know why they're all stuck in this one lane. It's just ridiculous. It's like, where are you trying to go? Like, you should not be in this lane. It just should not be possible. And I don't know how to fix this without getting rid of our bus lane here. Do they need parking? I mean, they're not parking there. They're just standing. And we have We have a little bit of on-street parking. Okay, yeah, they want parking. So that's the problem with this, is I don't know, it's just annoying to have to put parking everywhere. Wish these people just do literally anything else. So I want, if I'm going to have to put one in, I want one that looks decent. This is all ROJ stuff in the end, isn't it? Unless I want to put Japanese railway parking somewhere. But one of these had actual, like... Okay, here we go. Here's Revo. I think it's Revo stuff. Or is this King Leno? That's King Leno. Downtown garage. Yeah, that's a big one. So we need to have... oh, yeah, all the smiley faces from a parking garage. Yeah, that's not real. Not real life. Let's put a parking garage right here. Boy, that thing's ugly. It's a perfect fit. Absolutely perfect fit. So, assuming they can actually, you know, use this as parking, it's not just a tourist destination. Alright, well, somebody's parked up here. Electric Ford Focus. That was never sold in the U.S. as far as I'm aware. Sometimes if you watch the cars go into this, they'll just kind of, like, lie up diagonally, and it's really funny. So far, we haven't been able to see much of that. But I think what we can do, a waste transfer facility and a hospital, we can put a municipal parking deck or a lot or something right here. Sometimes I drive in the bus lane in LA with zero repercussions. I probably would advise you not to do that, but do what you want. Okay, this is another King Leno parking garage, modern garage. If I can find a nicer one, 8-story, that's what we need. 8-story parking garage. I'll put it on the main road. And then, yeah. That works. That should be a little bit more accessible. Maybe some of these people will turn right instead of having to worry about all that other garbage. But yeah, having a parking deck next to a hospital is very on brand. High capacity. Why is this fire station so stinking huge? In real life, this would not be this tall. We'll just ignore that I do this between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. as a rideshare driver. Okay, well, that's a little different. I used to do Lyft in Atlanta when I was, well, I was in college for a long time. But it was around the time, if any of you remember, when the interstate in Atlanta caught on fire and burned down. That was the first week that I was doing rideshare driving. And that was annoying because they had all the surface streets set to be rerouting for the interstate highway. What do the buildings ask for? Parking. That's what, when this is all red, that's because they're having problems getting people to and from traffic-wise. And a lot of the time you can solve that by putting parking in so people have a place to park their car. But the root cause of all of that is traffic demand. Yeah, so you'll see this starting very slowly to fill up. It is really funny when they just kind of fly through the air at a weird angle. Yeah, like that guy right there. Just did that. So maybe don't pay attention to that if you want a realistic looking parking garage, but it's there. Have no idea. Never heard of a freeway overpass burning down. Yeah, so that's what you'd think because it's made of concrete, right? Concrete shouldn't burn. But I guess what had happened was the Department of Transportation was storing this PVC or some sort of plastic conduit that they put wires and communication cable through that goes under roads. They had these big giant, like, multi-thousand-pound spools of it that are, I don't know, 10 feet wide, stored under the overpass. And those are flammable. And I don't know, some people think some homeless guy lit it on fire because he was high on crack, and some people just think that it was arson, that somebody who wasn't high on crack. Anyway, whatever, it got set on fire. And it burned all of that stuff, and then the heat melted bolts or rebar or something in the concrete of the bridge deck. The Interstate 85 in that section is like a 5-mile viaduct pretty much over a lot of the northern part of... It's not really downtown or uptown Atlanta. It's like if you're familiar with the area, it's called Buckhead. is kind of in that same area. It's kind of a slightly wealthier shopping district kind of thing. Anyway, so the highway catches on fire and it collapses. This whole, like a 600-foot span or something, right over the top of a major arterial road. So they had to shut the highway down. They originally said for like 6 months, and I guess the state incentivized contractors with a huge cash prize if they could complete it in under a certain number of weeks. And then I guess the people they hired to do it ended up finishing in 6 weeks, which was incredibly fast and amazing. And I think they got paid way too much money to do it, but whatever. They had the road fixed. But it was just so funny because, like, how does a highway burn down? It's concrete, asphalt, rebar, whatever. It shouldn't be possible, but it happened, and that's just one of those weird Atlanta things. And then a couple months ago, it happened in Philadelphia. I-95, a truck caught on fire underneath it, and then the roadway collapsed. And I think they're still fixing that. It was very strange. Yeah, so it really irritates the crap out of me how these cars just go into, like right here, like these guys are just, they're trying to park and they just clog up the bus lane. And I don't want to get rid of the bus lane because I think that's very important, but they're trying to get places they don't belong, and it bugs the crap out of me. So this is a 6-lane with a bus, but it also has a bike lane and trolley wires. That's what this is. So maybe it's the bike lane that's causing the problem. So if we change this... no, I didn't want that. I need the, without the bicycle lane. So if this unclogs the stuff, I'm going to be kind of mad. Because I really don't like this road type. Yeah, that looks like that's going to fix it. That sucks. That's awful. I just don't know why they keep trying to park. It really should not be possible. Unless they're trying to park at the Metro Plaza station. Which wouldn't make any sense because this parking garage is right here. So I don't really know what that's about. I, in fact, understand how significant temperature differences between small distances can cause concrete to crumble. Yeah, see, that makes sense. Like, the physics of it, when you actually look at it, are like, okay, fine. But it's just the idea that concrete burning just fries people's brains. That it's usually the other stuff that is around or inside of it that causes that to happen. God, it's just so garbage that I have to use this stupid road here. 'Cause I want this to have... See, like, this is fine. They're not trying to do this stuff over here. I want my bus lane and my bike lane back. And they're doing, like, the same kind of thing over here. So I guess we'll just do this. So, whatever. And then they can have their bike lanes back when they get here. And not like anybody needs to be riding a bike over the highway anyway. So that might actually fix our traffic problems here. We'll see. It seems to be working quite a bit better. People are parking in the parking deck. So maybe we don't need this one here. I don't know. We might end up leaving it. Boy, my frame rate is just abysmal right now. Do I still have my time traffic lights set up? Yes, I do. Okay. I'd say they shouldn't have put flammable material inside the freeway, but realistically, I may have also not expected arson on the PVC linings of the cave. Yeah. So it's just one of those things. It's like with that the submersible that imploded last month. It's like one of those things where any sane person would just simply not do the thing, right? But then you look at all the different things, that it's a comedy of errors that happens up to that point, and it just boggles your mind. It's like, no, you should not build a deep-sea pressure vessel out of carbon fiber, which is horrible at keeping pressure out. It's good at containing it, which is why they make airplanes out of it now. But it's just, why would you do that? Like, you're gonna kill yourself. You're going to kill somebody else. Or why would you store flammable material underneath one of the most important highway arteries in the city of Atlanta? You just shouldn't do that. It's like, okay, well, it's only bad if somebody lights it on fire. Okay, well, people are dumb. It's going to happen, so just don't put that there. It just doesn't make any sense. But people are going to do stupid things, so that's what happens. Yeah, this is going to take forever and ever and ever to unclog. But it is moving substantially faster. So I guess that's something to celebrate, even if we did have to lose our bus lane and our bike lane here. But we at least have the additional capacity of the 3 travel lanes plus the tram lanes. So that should help throughput a little bit there. And we can look at our metro trains come in and out. That's always fun. There's a lot of people using them too, which is great to see. Always love that. All right, now how's our traffic backup? Is it slowly getting better? I think it probably is. But it's also kind of hard to tell. It does seem to be inching very, very slowly forward here. Yeah, the cake park is kind of cool. Now, this is 3 lanes. I know if I make this 4 lanes, they're probably just going to completely fill them. But I kind of want to try it. This is our, yeah, that's our custom asset here. Where's my 4-lane highway? Let's just increase this to be 4 lanes. Now, will this actually increase our capacity? I don't know. Well, we'll give it a shot anyway. Alright, so now this is completely 4 lanes, and they filled it up. Because, of course, they have. It's rush hour? Yeah, rush hour in this city starts at 6 a.m. and ends, like, 4 years later. So. Now what's happening here is people are trying to get into these other lanes. They should be filling all the lanes. I think that was a setting in one of these mods. Is that under Traffic Manager? Simulation Accuracy, yep. A unified UI... where is the AI? Okay, yep, I already turned that on. I doubt that the freeway engineers received repeated, consistent warnings in the same way as the submersible executives, but maybe. Yeah, that's probably true. The, again, what highway engineer is going to think that they have to design a highway against defending from somebody lighting PVC pipe on fire? Like, it's just nonsense. That's one of those things where you just, rely on other people to have basic common sense, which unfortunately seems to be not that common. All right. So I guess if this is already turned up to 100%, there's not really anything else we can do. Now, we do have this set to Holy City, 0% reckless drivers percentage. So if we increase that to 5%, I wonder what's going to happen. Maybe people try to do a little bit more crazy stuff. That could also help traffic. I just wish they wouldn't completely fill all of these lanes. Do I still have latent lane assignments that are messing with stuff? I guess we should probably... Yeah, we should probably have this a little bit better protected here. Try and give people a fighting chance. Maybe. People will be likely to run reds. Well, this game doesn't have traffic accidents. City Skylines 2 does. So maybe we can get away with it this time. See, I'm just trying to get them to commit to turning here before they get to this interchange, so we can have all the traffic that has to go through actually go past them, which I think we might have accomplished by forcing them to get into these lanes a little bit sooner. Because there aren't any exits, so if I prevent lane changes for most of this, we might actually find ourselves in a better position. I don't know, this seems to be working a little better. Oh, look at this mess. With oh, because I still had this, when I changed this road type, I didn't have it set the correct way. So that needs to be, yes, that needs to become, when I change this. There we go. That solves, well, most of that. Let's, there we go. Alright, that works substantially better. City Skylines Traffic AI is impressive in that it is even more foolish and short-sighted than real drivers, which is saying a lot. Yes, anyone who has ever driven in Atlanta or LA and has not died can attest to that very much. I do wish it wouldn't center the different road lanes every time you have a node. I wish I could just have this scooted over half a lane so that this lane just completely disappears to go out that way. That would be quite nice. Alright, so that's moving smoothly. This is one lane. So nobody wants to be in the far right lane, even though they're already going to be turning here. Why is that? Is that because this is forced to get into this one lane and they don't want to turn? So I think, okay, that might be what's happening here. So if I give them the option in that lane to get into here, I think really these people probably just want to be able to switch lanes between the two exit lanes. I don't know, this is probably like committing crimes against Skyrim and her people doing this. So maybe I shouldn't even be bothering, but if it can clear up traffic like this seems to kind of be doing, that it might work. Just saw a vehicle on the crowded exit ramp just drive across the intersection onto the on-ramp. Yeah, that happens. Perhaps the only people allowed onto that on-ramp should be the people turning left from the city. I mean, they pretty much only should be going here. So let's watch this for a second here. This seems to be working okay. I just wish they would not completely fill up everything. But this was backed up all the way here. And now it's up here, so we are making progress. It's not complete garbage yet. Although I'm kind of surprised not so many people are parking on this giant parking deck. This one is actually getting some people parking in it. And it is very funny to watch them just kind of phase through the floor here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be worried about it. So if we check our traffic now, of course, it's probably still going to be really bad. 60%, so it has improved. And these people, of course, are waiting to turn here now because this one road is overwhelmed. This predictably has no traffic whatsoever. That's fine. So what we need to do now is we need to connect this through all of this up to here, and maybe put in some additional farming stuff. This seems to be okay. And then I think we have... Oh, here's that power garbage again. We're not out of power. These people are just stupid over here. And for some reason, they always end up having problems with it. But we have plenty of capacity, so I don't know what the deal is. It really should not be an issue. I don't know why it always seems to be one. So maybe we'll just put some power lines there so they shut up about it. So why is this middle lane empty? I'm not putting a peanut roundabout. That is a terrible idea. This one is already kind of a disaster. Okay, well, this is cleared out a little bit. But I think what we can do is we can expand our Eternity historic district here. We can add some more pedestrian-only stuff. I do like that idea. Because these pedestrian-only streets seem to be working pretty well. I think this is the one with the trees on both sides. This isn't perfectly level. Not that we really care. But I guess it's fine. If I just have this go straight like this, nobody's really going to be bothered by it. Although I do kind of wish I could have this be perfectly straight. Anyway, let's do our 40 units here. We'll just have this be flat to the highway, I think. Inexplicably confident Dunning-Kruger advises that you need a subway station in every population. Yeah, we're getting there. And we have them in a couple of spots that make sense. This is a plaza. I thought I had a subway station here. Do I not? Okay, well, we probably need one. We've got... Currently, we have one here. We have one here. We have another one here. We have one here we put in last time. We don't have one in the farmland because they don't care. We have one here. We have another one here. And we don't have up here because these people don't have problems. They're perfectly fine and they have the commuter rail that'll take them everywhere. So theoretically, the only ones that we really aren't serving are the ones that don't currently have traffic problems. So I'd be inclined not to mess with it, personally. But as we keep developing the rest of this stuff, I do think it would be beneficial to have a line, probably this blue one, go down to the airport and then have at least commuter rail come out to this new farm area we're going to put in. Give them a sound barrier made out of boulders. I don't think that's how that works. Why are we having so many power problems? Like, we have plenty of capacity. I don't think that was the issue. If we look at our traffic stuff, this area is, for the most part, very good, except for these major intersections right here. Other than that, stuff is looking quite nice. And our industrial truck superhighway isn't getting a ton of use until you come down here, and then it's got a lot going on. Well, we got no traffic on it down here. It's being used appropriately in the port. And the thing is still full of garbage for some reason. So I don't really know what the deal is with that. Now, in terms of other stuff, blimp-wise, clockwise, counterclockwise, let's take a moment, because these guys are almost completely full. Let's do a little first-person ride on our little blimp buddies here. Let me get out of my, there we go. I'm going to make a quick pit stop. I'll be back, but I'll leave you guys with the soothing blimp eye view of the city. Be back in just a little bit. We're still in line, aren't we? To go back to the place we started from. That's how slow the blimp system is, and that's why I'm not putting more blimp lines in. Because it just does not work efficiently. There's too much demand, not enough capacity. I am not contemplating what life as a blimp would be like that was a bathroom break. And I thought we'd get through more than one lap here. But I guess it was not to be. Anyway, what I was going to use that to demonstrate was the fact that we have all these people waiting to ride the blimps into these spots that really should be doing something else. The blimp did land at least once, yes, but it didn't land at the same place more than once. It would have gone from here around and then back. So. Oh, this is completely cleared up. So that's good. Except now this has become a problem. So it probably doesn't need the bus lane. Although having the bus lane probably is nice. Okay, why are you a USPS truck driving in the bus lane? Who hurt you? You are not a bus. Unless it counts USPS trucks as utility vehicles. Yep, see, there it goes again. Maybe it does allow them to use bus lanes. Although I know it'll let police and ambulances and everything use those. Okay, what are you? Okay, alright, it's a trash truck, that's fine. You still feel very strong that the two population centers in the Northeast need subway stops. Okay, there's like 200 people that live here. They don't need it. They have commuter rail. They can go over, take that and then get on the subway here. But I guess maybe the forest area could maybe use a subway stop. The problem is, what line do you attach it to? Because this one is already here. Well, I guess we could just have this one go all the way up. Maybe do a kind of different metro station. This is a cross. Large underground. I don't like how that looks, though, is the problem. I wanted a more subtle looking one. Because this is a modern metro terminal. I don't want that. Classic metro terminal. There's just the one thing. Okay, this is other railway bridges. Blimp stop for two. No. Because then people are just going to get there for something else. I thought I had other metro terminals with more than one track that weren't huge. This is just a small one. This is a modern one that still has one. That still has one. That's old style. Tiny metro station. This is regular trains. Stadium station. That's actual trains. So I thought I would have elevated bypass, ground island. This actually looks kind of nice. Ground island platform train station. Bypass train station. This is elevated metro. Sunken metro bypass. Dual island. No. Old market station. That's trains. We already did that. Glassbox transport hub. Metro and trains. I guess what we'll just have to do is use the this thing, large underground. That's parallel. I don't want parallel. I want ones that cross. Which one was this one? Small inner city metro? Yeah. Okay, we'll just build this one somewhere. I guess probably it should be in the densest part of the area, which would be around here, and it should theoretically be near a streetcar stop. So if we did that, then it would probably need to be right about here. I would like to try to only demolish one building if at all possible. So I put this here. Okay, that's not completely out of reason here. All right, that's fine. Now we'll come in and connect these. So we don't have a station here, so this is going to go. You know what? What the heck? Let's put it in. Why not? We already have the commuter rail. We can put this probably. I don't want to put it right there. I guess I will just put it. What is that? A fire station? If I put that there, can I still put a path? Is there a second entrance on the back? I don't know. I don't think so. So let's instead move this back a little bit. Then we can relocate you down here, which allows us to then relocate this to be right there, which should allow us to put in a pedestrian path. Not at negative 12 meters. Just bring that all the way out here. I think I'll just have this connect all the way up there to see if that works at all. I don't know that anyone's really going to use this, but it would provide intermodal connectivity once everything is good to go. Alright, so what does this actually say in Japanese here? There's a water tower in the way. I can't zoom in fast enough, but I want to know, can I change anything here? It doesn't look like it. This is all pipes and stuff. It would be kind of cool. You can speak Japanese. I can say like 3 things. Very, very poorly with a bad American accent. Hey, people are actually using this. Cool. That's exactly why I wanted to put that there. Let's put in our tracks now. Negative 12. We'll just connect these two together. Where's the thing here? So I guess it might actually be better for us to go into this side, but I think we'll end up going... Oh, that's negative 32. Wow, okay. Alright, well, then excuse me. We'll go make ourselves a little jog here. 90 degrees. I think we'll stay at 60 units here. Probably works out fine, because that has to go down to negative 32. So if we instead start from negative 32, we'll go straight out 180 degrees. Go out 100 units and then go up to negative 12. Just make a nice steady slope there. Not that we really need to, but might end up being fine. We'll go out to 70 units here. Try and make this a nice even curve. And that looks... Oh, hold on. That looks pretty good. I think we can be happy with that. Of course, that would be the one Japanese phrase you'd put in, Kurt. Oh boy. Let's keep on going here. 50 units this way at negative 15 meters, huh? Let's go 35. We'll go out 20. Let's go out 25 units this way. And then, actually, we can go 30. These curves don't have to be even, but it is nice when they are. 90.4 degrees. I don't want that. What in the world are you... You idiots. Stop that. I can't backspace, can I? No. Alright, so it's amateur hour apparently over here. Alright, give me the negative 12 meters. That's at negative 15. Alright. Alright. So I think the issue was it was trying to surface in a place I didn't want it to. So please do not connect right there. I guess this is fine like that. I just need to make sure this... So why, if this is at negative... Oh. The ground is not favorable to this. Alright, so that is a problem. This needs to be forced into underground here. Cannot upgrade to a ton. Are you serious? Maybe this is why I hadn't done this before. There was some sort of a structure that wouldn't support it. Okay, this needs to be deeper underground than 12 meters. So why... Does it tell you in here how deep it's going to go? I don't think it does. That's kind of annoying. So how am I supposed to connect these two? Maybe that means I have to put this somewhere else because of how dumb of a location this is. Because if I move that, I could put it here. But that's not very close to this, is it? I did not think there was that much of a terrain difference to where that would be a problem. So what is this? Recycling center. Okay. Well, this can probably... What's here? Just regular retail? Yeah, let's move this to here. And then see if I can get that to hook up a little bit nicer. So this is negative 12. Okay, that works. That's functional. It just is unfortunate I couldn't put it in the original spot I wanted it. What in the world is this? Why is that fence there? That can go away. Okay, so now we have these lines connected. We need to probably just get rid of this one line here and extend it, which is Underground Blimp 3. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to make a new line. And we're going to start it right down here. Which I guess doesn't matter which side it goes on, but we can just be nice anyway. So we'll put that there. Put this one here. This one here. This one here. And then finally up here. Right there. And then reconnect the other side. I don't know what kind of ridership this is going to get. We also probably don't need both of these stations here, but whatever. We'll see what happens. So now that should be good to go. We'll just fix all of our settings. Alright, so that Metro Line 4 has to become, by law, Underground Blimp 3. And we're going to put that back in its original orange color. Or kind of some more similar to the orange color. And we'll give them the ROJ Metro train. And take it... Okay, 200 and... That was this stop. So which one is... Okay, the farm place predictably had 0 people waiting. Why is this lagging so bad? There's actually some people waiting for this train up here. Interesting. 50 waiting here, 2 waiting here, 46 waiting up here. Now it's 65. So we might actually get some good ridership out of this. Okay, these are actually starting to get kind of full. What's this one? Huh, I would not have thought this one would have been so much more populated than the one down here. But I guess that makes sense. It didn't delete the corner store that I placed it in the middle of. So let's put that thing out of its misery. That's fine. Alright, so you got people coming out of the commuter rail station. And I bet you some of them are going to go to the metro station. There's a decent number. Yeah, okay, cool. Intermodal transportation is still a thing, I guess. Fire Twitter is active. Yep, there you go. How many people are on this train? Wow, it's full? Really? All right, well, let's check and see what our train stuff. Suburban commuter. All right, so it's not full enough to warrant changing vehicles on it. But it is being used, which is nice. Maybe the metro connection there will inspire more people to take the train. We'll see, I guess. So for right now, I think we can leave that alone and see later on if that's something we need to change. Wow. Won 5 games. Made some money. We need to probably do some more stuff with this university. That is going to be a later thing we take care of. Alright, so this is looking good. Let's see. Traffic-wise, I don't see any problems here. There's never any traffic here. The port traffic is not bad at all. Operating smoothly. Looks good. Complaining about power again. Why? Should not be a thing. Yeah, traffic flow. Wow, this is mostly cleared out except for this one line of cars here. So that's nice. This, of course, there's no traffic. Get back into this view properly. That's looking good. That's fine. This probably could be a little bit better, but I don't really know how else to fix that. It's probably okay. As a music major, do you have any opinions on prog metal? So I'm not a music major anymore, but I did do a little bit of listening to some of that stuff when I was in college. More musically interesting than a lot of the, I guess you could say, more standard forms of rock and metal and all that stuff. It's been so long, I probably couldn't pick out any specific examples. That would have been, geez, like 12 years ago. Blimps always understand. What kind of propaganda are you guys feeding my chat? Got more cars here. Got more cars in this parking deck, and they're on all the floors too. Alright, that's cool that it actually parks them in there. That's nice. Looking good. I just wish we could get more more throughput here, although this does seem to be kind of unclogging. That's right, we were going to do additional pedestrian zone stuff. And I was going to have these kind of be a straight line. Excuse me, straight line here. So let's do that. Get out of underground mode. Why am I in underground build mode? Oh, because it's locked to tunnel. Alright, so that's not quite far enough. Let's move that a little bit more. And then see if this has to come out. I think it might. That's actually pretty close. What did I just... Okay. There we go. I think I'm going to have to move some of these. Okay, that's about as close as you're going to get. Let's... Now that that's fixed, let's just completely put this back to where it's supposed to be. Like so. Move this to that node as well. add a crossover street here. And then I think that will work out just fine, how this is set up. I'm a big fan of guitar solos and not at all a fan of screaming and power chord chugging. Yep. Yep. much prefer the actual, like, instrumental competency demonstrated. If you like the screaming and the power chugging, alright, that's fine. You're allowed to have your own taste. But that's definitely not my favorite thing to listen to. We got offices right here. We got heavy residential. We got dense commercial. We probably could put here, and then the rest of this can easily be dense residential. Maybe a little bit of office around the outside. Buffer on the freeway there. In fact, this probably needs a sound wall. And I might want to put another pedestrian street here, but I don't want to make too many intersections where we don't need to have any. I think for right now this is probably fine. And I love how these buildings have parking lots in a pedestrian area. That never stops being funny. So we have capacity via elementary schools. The closest ones are down here. High school, we have plenty of capacity. University, we have actually not that much capacity. That's surprising. So maybe it's because we don't have enough dormitory space up here. Had some Russian potato water. Oh, going to help me sleep, but it's just made me worried. Sorry. Hey, you're fine. There's not really any such thing as off topic in these streams. We spend a lot of time just kind of hanging out. So don't feel like you're in a bad spot here. School of Science, Law. Okay. What have I already built here? Let's check it out. Library. We have a library, we have a gymnasium, and we have a study hall, and we have a cafeteria. Okay, so we haven't built any specialty academic buildings. So that was auditorium. We haven't built academic statue. We built the commencement thing across here. Math club. Why do I feel like we already have that? Is that what this is? Yes. And that is the library that we've already built. Fountain, cafeteria. Okay, so we just need to build the rest of this stuff. So auditorium could very well be just about anything, but probably would be clustered around other similar building uses here. So this is the library. Auditorium next door would not be unheard of. Ding, ding, ding. Laboratories. Probably should go near other academic type of buildings. So this is our cafeteria. These are dormitories. Study hall. So laboratories probably would go somewhere over here. Or they would be further over this way with a buffer of dormitories and other quad type spaces between. Which we have the fountain here. What else? Academic statues. All kind of small. So if I put that on that side, I could make a tiny little quad area kind of right here around it. Just like so. There we go, and I'll just move it mod this guy to be a little more centralized. Alright. And I think we'll just send this out this way a little bit. See what will fit in between. Because we have library already, math club already, commencement already, academic statue we just put in, auditorium we already built. Laboratories are kind of big to go here, but would not be the worst thing. See if there's a smaller building. Bookstore. That would be closer to the outside of campus, most likely. That's too big to fit there. Media lab. Okay, well that's something that might actually be sat in this location, so we'll stick that there. Laboratory. I guess we could go ahead and just put something like that in this kind of area and be okay. It's not completely unheard of. But we're going to have to be careful to shoehorn everything else in here. We just need to get more students in, which means we're going to have more dorm capacity. All right, bookstore. Bookstore needs to be... probably needs to be where the commencement office is, honestly. This football stadium is going to have to go somewhere else, which is unfortunate because it's currently making us a lot of money. Well, let's go ahead and put in another, if I can find where the dorm building is. There it is. I guess I could put one of them probably right about here. Get away with that. See if that increases our capacity. For some reason... Oh, no, that's just the current level. Never mind. That's not the capacity. I actually don't know. Okay, that's down there, 3150. Yeah, we have plenty of room, so I don't know what I was thinking there. Let's move this down to be maybe right here. There we go. Just enclose that in on all sides. Let's see, what else can we stick over here? So we already did the library, all that stuff. Laboratories, already did stuff that isn't the bookstore. Media lab, chess club, there you go. Everybody needs a chess club. If we turn off that stuff, I don't really have anywhere these guys can go right now, at least. But I could just put them right there. Not really the worst thing ever. Now we have the big stuff, like School of Law, we have School of Medicine, School of Science, and then these are custom assets I downloaded from King Lino for maybe doing eventually like a Greek row type of thing. But I don't know where I'd put that presently. So I think for right now, this is probably okay. We'll just see what ends up happening there. This is filled out quite nicely. Looks good. Are we still getting our correct amount of stuff moved out? It looks like we're fine. Oh, there's variations of this, huh? Is that literally just the outside? Oh, it's got artwork on it. Okay. That's kind of cool. I didn't even know that was the thing until just then. Community pool looking alright. Traffic is still kind of a problem here, but it shouldn't be that bad. So why am I having so many problems with power? It's like it's not reaching all the way across these things here. It's like our generation is too far away. Because it's pretty much all up here or over here. So I feel like it kind of wants us to have some other power somewhere else. Now, okay, I could have a lot if I put it up on the hill, but this is supposed to be like a park area, so maybe we don't want to do that. Power budget slider, it should be just normal. Yeah, everything's at 100%. I have not messed with any of this. So it shouldn't matter. We're actually cash flow positive, which is wild. I did not think it was going to do that. See, look at all these blimps lining up to go to the airport. That is too many blimps. And there's not that many people riding it anymore, actually. So let's see. What line is this on? Is that line 3 blimp? My God. Yes, that's exactly what it is. We do not need 24 vehicles on there. We can probably honestly get by with maybe 6. Let's stick with 6. Now that the other stuff is active, we have trains and stuff coming in. Should be a lot better. We have this many stacked up and none of them are full. So, That will help unclog our whole blimp area over here. Definitely. All of your property taxes at max. I think the max without complaints is 12 or 13. I think they are... yeah, they're all at 12-ish. The lower density is at 12. I think we could raise the high density to 11 and office to 11. See if that gives us any more money. I don't want to lower them. Definitely not. Alright, so everything is starting to look a whole lot better. Except for this traffic right here, which probably isn't ever going to go away. This does bug me how this is set up, though. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can really do about it. Stuff just looks normal, though. So I think, lag. I think this is probably fine. We've solved most of our traffic problems here, at least to a tolerable level. And, traffic has actually increased up here. How's our, okay, there's people waiting to get on the metro. 271 passengers serviced last week. That's not bad. Not bad at all. We can be pretty happy with that. What about in farmland over here? 193. And 192 on the train station. So that's interesting. How many people are riding this one? 64 out of 90. Okay. It's possible that the backup on the on-ramp will continue to improve. Yeah, it probably will. It's just one of those... I think we talked a little bit earlier about elastic demand. Where people kind of lag behind in terms of where they want to go and how they want to get there. But now that there's other options, should see it start to recover. I do want to see how many people we have. We have 1,000 per week riding the metro. Okay. Wow. Okay, this new line, 845 passengers. So this is our most popular one now. And this station has 180 some people waiting. Okay. All right, so that was a good call. Good call to do that. HLB. We put in some new subways. And they have substantially improved our traffic flow and are being utilized, and it's very nice to see. And we made another highway connection over here. And I spent entirely too much time terraforming to make a little bridge to come all the way across. And we're going to make a new farm area here, but we didn't. We hadn't gotten there yet. Now, what in the world is this, like old farmhouse ruins or something? That's what that looks like. Old rusty car. Kind of a surprisingly detailed model for a City Skylines thing. I think what we'll do is I'm going to identify this whole area is pretty much good for farming. We're going to make a new farming district, which is going to be industry area. Anchor Industries. Specializations. Needs to be farming. Oh, I can't place that until I have a, what do you call it? A farm building there. Main building. Which I guess will be probably just right here in the middle, in all honesty. Go on this side. Okay. I should have lowered the land, or leveled it at least. Anchor Ranch, that's what that's called now. Let's turn contour lines back on. Yeah, there's a decent bit of this that probably should be leveled, so let's do a little bit of that. So that's 181.97, that's 189.24, this is at 178, so we can definitely fix some of this. Okay, just raise this whole area up a little bit. Give ourselves a little bit more of a... Oh, now it's going to flood, because it always does. Why no oil? Because this is not an oil area. There are oil areas, but they're in places I don't want to pollute. So we probably won't get to those for a while. Midnight, got 2 hours of streaming today. It was a good day. See you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you later. There's oil right next to it. Yeah, there's oil over here. A couple other spots as well. So I think what we'll end up doing is have this road just come down a little bit. I think I can get away with having this whole area kind of down just a touch. So we'll just move all of this up to about right here, down just a few. And then just move that to the other side, where it's not quite as bad looking. And then here we'll just move these all to slope. There we go. Looks pretty good. Clean coal. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, okay. So right at the edge of the map, there's... Okay, that's right next to the water. I don't know how I feel about that. But we'll do that. Wow, look at... I have not ever paid attention to this before. Okay, they measure it in hectares, which is not a unit I'm super familiar with, but looks like we have 736 hectares of land, fertile land available. We're using 4, which would be all of this. So let's see, how high is this? 185, and that's 181. Okay. Well, that will still work just fine. We'll have our road come out this way. Turn off contour lines because that's kind of annoying. But let's put in 2-lane roads. Probably will work just fine for this. Let's see if I can get this by. Okay, that needs... I guess we could just have this go out 90 degrees and just lower. Or is this already... That is lower. It doesn't have to be. That can go up. That can come up easy. There we go. I believe if we place industry specialization stuff, it shouldn't matter. But we've unlocked all of it because we have the huge area over there. So I think we can probably just take our sweet time and make some whatever we want over here. So let's see, we got animals, small, large, medium, cows, Highland cows. What in the world's a Highland cow? Pigs or sheep? Well, we're not in highlands, we're just in regular lands, so let's keep that there. We'll just put a whole bunch of these pastures in place here. Because this is pasture land. So that's cows. This can be pigs, and this can be sheep. Just have a nice even thing going on here. We got to bring water down here, that's right. Which is always fun. I had this thing, I thought, all figured out, but I guess I was wrong. So we need to get our pipes down here. Try to keep them under the road, right where they belong. I'll bring that out here. And I believe that should be fine. Let's put in... let's just do a windmill for the farm area. That seems kind of on brand. 7 megawatts. Let's put a couple on the top of the highway here. That's something you definitely see in farm territory, would be windmills. Very good. So now this is saying, why is it angry? Not enough raw... What do you mean not enough raw materials? It's an animal pasture. What kind of raw materials do you want? Oh, they need crops to feed them. That's right. So I guess what we need to do is plant some crops. Got a large crop field, got a medium crop field, got a small crop field. Well, guess what? We will just large crop field it all until we can't large crop field anymore. Stick those guys right across like that. Corn, potatoes, corn, and cotton. Oh, we have other ones, but probably do need double corn. I don't think it actually matters for these guys. But we'll see what happens. We're also going to need our maintenance buildings. And that all that stuff can probably stay up here on the main road, or maybe it shouldn't be on the main road. I think maybe we could just kind of let this stuff be as it wants. So let's put that here. Just move this around the back side. I think I can put in some smaller storage silos on this. Yes, there we go. So that's probably about the only thing that'll fit. Yeah, the barns aren't going to fit. It'll fit there. But these things... Probably going to be a ton of truck traffic to fill these up, but there'll be good storage at the very least. That's looking good there. And the rest of this, just regular barns. Fences we don't need to worry about. Slaughterhouses, etc. We can get into some of that maybe a little later. Just want to make sure we had something set up here. So on the other side here, we've got farm workers' barracks. Can easily populate the side of the street here. Some barracks and then a maintenance building. Leave some room there. Make sure this is connected up, which it looks like it is. Once we have everything stuck there. Alright, so that's a nice, kind of simple little farming setup there. Don't think we needed to go too crazy just yet. That's looking pretty decent right now. We'll see what happens. Now let's see. No storage for flour. I guess we're not doing anything with that yet. We have the animal products. Rapidly leveling up. Negative profit because we've been importing. We probably shouldn't need to do that. So why are we complaining over here about... Okay, that's all of our power lines we don't really need anymore. These guys... Oh, what in the world has happened here? Are we trying to ship farm products places where they don't need to be going? Is that what's happening here? So we got our warehouses for farm stuff. I did not think they were going to be doing that over here. Maybe it just needs to clear out because I built a bunch at once and they're trying to ship it across town. Yeah, now this is kind of backing all of that stuff up. Yeah, they're probably trying to fill up all of this stuff. Now we're making money. So I think theoretically these should be importing, exporting from the airport also. We have that mechanism put in place. So if they wanted to do that, they'd have to come in like this. Alright, that's looking alright. I wish it would give me statistics on the cargo stuff. It's too bad it doesn't. Warehouse. Looking fine. Postal sorting facility. That's looking okay. Yeah, now we're going to have traffic here. That is kind of the problem. So we probably need to have a separate road for these guys to come in or out of on. I guess the crime rate at the small barn is high. Oh, that's cool. A little star animation. So that's looking good. I think we have enough capacity for workers, kind of. Alright, I think we can leave that alone for now. So disappointed none of you trolled while... Oh. Yeah, you guys have been kind of quiet ever since Kurt left. How's our statistics looking on our metro line here? Alright, still very strong positive ridership numbers. Love to see that. University is upgraded again. We just need the students, looks like. And that continues to climb as our population does as well. This area is looking fine. I wonder... So these streets are nowhere near capacity, so it kind of leads me to believe that we could just keep on building this and be totally fine. I kind of want to do that, but maybe not today. If you want to export your farming products in the airport, then don't set the warehouse to zoned goods. That is not the same. Really? So does it have to be... So it has to be actually animal products or anything like that. I figured because this is the different types of specialized industry areas you can make that was the same thing. Huh. Well, I might have to look into that a little more. This isn't quite as much of a disaster as I thought it would be. So hopefully that gets a little bit better. How's our... Okay, the blimp stuff is looking a little bit less ridiculous. You don't have huge lines of 20 of them all stacked up, but I think we might still have a few too many. Except there's so many people waiting to get on this thing. I wish they would just take any other form of transit. Although we kind of don't have one here. Anyway, it's about dinner time here, so I probably need to go ahead and get off anyway. But thanks very much for being here. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of a weird, inefficient City Skylines gameplay. But it's always fun to share a little bit of time with you guys on a Sunday. Hopefully we'll be able to do some more of this stuff next weekend. Schedule is always kind of up in the air, depending on what else I've got going on. But we'll be back with more Timberborn probably Tuesday. We'll see what I can get done the rest of today. Might start tomorrow, might start Tuesday, but definitely at the very least on Tuesday. And I'm going to try my very best to get a new City Skylines video series out this week as well. So we'll see what happens with that. Things to put in warehouses are crops, animal products, and flour. Gotcha. So okay, we'll do that right before we head out today, just so we make sure we have that taken care of. So this is currently set to forestry products. Planed timber might end up being the only thing from forestry products, I think. that we could export. So let's do that. Plain timber. Oh, it's probably going to cause a traffic disaster to empty all this stuff out. Farming products would be animal products. All right. And then this is a postal sorting facility. Unique factory products, we can keep that there. That's fine. All right, so we'll let them take care of all that stuff, and then we'll check back in at some point in the future and keep building this. But again, the primary goal I had with doing this was to kind of reteach myself some stuff in the game, get used to some new mod things, so I could try to make some nice aesthetic-focused, realistic city stuff, of course, in the original style that you guys like watching. So if you're interested in that, be on the lookout this week. Gonna try it out. If it's not super super popular, we might not do a ton of them, but I did want to try it and do at least a little bit of that kind of stuff as a little bit of a change of pace. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday, or I guess Monday for some of you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.